And here I am. I just made a video, my last video, talking about please don't approach broads in gym. Now here we're gonna have a broad here complaining about men approaching her at at gym or at her gym. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. And here she is. She's gonna complain about nothing. What does she title her? Let's read the caption. She goes, "Why are men in the gym like this?" Oh Lord, mind you, this is a what would you rate her in a scale of 1 through 10? I would say 4. This is a 4. But because she's fit, it looks like from the looks of it, it might move her up to a 6, just off of the physicality. Just off the physicality. Let's take a quick look at the profile. Just real quick. Let's take a look at the profile. What would you rate her? What would you rate her? Let me know, because she do got a body. I would say a 4, like a 4 through 6, 4-6, because of the physicality. But anyways, but anywho, let's go to the video.
I got a new gym. Keep my head down. I'm just gonna go in, work out, leave. I'm not gonna make any friends. So far, so good. Let me tell you some of the things that have transpired since I've been there. I'll give you 4 scenarios, okay? Day 1, someone tapped me on the shoulder. First of all, don't tap me. He taps. He says, "You smell good." The next day, and the guy was like, "Gonna add another 45 on there?" I was like, "No, I'm trying to lay low here, okay? But I've got a dump truck, so it's really hard to, no, just get it out." Third scenario, I'm walking into the gym, and this guy says, "You go to this gym too? You're over here now too?" Fourth one, the one that literally makes me want to get a new membership. This guy goes like this. Pretty sure his hands were making this noise. I was like, "I'm on the phone. When you're done, I want to talk to you." Really wish they would stop talking.
Now, some of the stories on here, you already know. As soon as I detect cap, I'm gonna put this ninja up there. Like, some of these stories are a bit. She's not telling the full story of it, and some of the stories, and I'm sorry for the new batch of women today. They've lost their mind. They've gone cuckoo. So I doubt a lot of these stories. Now, I'll say this: I do know women personally. They'll go through something similar, but it's not the way you complaining about these set of circumstances. This is really nothing to complain about. This is really nothing to complain about. Let's wait, hold on for a sec. Let's start this over, and I'm going to go in on which stories I think there's cap and which stories that I think she's kind of not necessarily stretching the truth, but making a big deal out of making a big deal out of nothing.
Guys, I got a new gym. Keep my head down. I'm just gonna go in, work out, leave. I'm not gonna make any friends.
And that is true. Last time I went to the gym, because I haven't been to a gym since 2016. Because the gym, in my opinion, ruined my athleticism. That's another story for another day. But in terms of gym etiquette and stuff like that, or particularly women in the gyms, I don't. For the most part, I think women don't want to be bothered at the gyms. For the most part, that's why I never really approached. I was there to focus on what I was focused on, and then if I saw, and then it'll be like somebody that I knew at my high school, right at the time, and they would come to me and be like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And then you just say hi, and then you just move on, right? That was the most interaction that you know. I was definitely like when I was at the gym when I was like in my senior year in high school, right? And junior year high school. I wasn't there to make friends or stuff like that. And for the most part, the women that I observed, they weren't looking to be bothered. So that is true. So she is kind of telling the truth on that.
So far, so good. Let me tell you some of the things that have transpired since I've been there. I'll give you 4 scenarios, okay? Day 1, someone tapped me on the shoulder. First of all, don't tap me. He taps. He says, "You smell good." The next day.
So with that part, even though I've heard stuff like that happen, but it could have been, if you're telling the truth on that, ma'am, it could have been a lot. It could have been a lot worse. It seemed like that was his way of giving you a compliment, flirting without without, being so overt about it. But it was most likely it was just probably an older man just trying to give you a compliment. You know what I mean? Or sometimes some people might be uncomfortable around you and they'll compliment you to kind of, cover their them being uncomfortable being around you. There's a lot of people that do stuff like that. They'll really be uncomfortable around you, so they'll kind of like compliment you to kind of just get the nerves out the way. So that was one of those things. In my opinion, I don't think she should read much into it, especially since it seems like that's all that he did. Because if he did anything more than that, she would have added on to that story. So that story, that's kind of a big nothing.
And the guy was like, gonna add another 45 on there? I was like, now I'm trying to lay low here, okay? But I've got a dump truck.
So that part, that can happen to a man or a woman. So I don't know why she's complaining about nothing there.
The next day, and the guy was like, gonna add another 45 on there?
I don't know if she said this the same guy or whatever, or a next guy, but still, this is a nothing burger.
I was like, now I'm trying to lay low here, okay? But I've got a dump truck, so it's
interesting. She tried to promote herself real quick.
I was like, now I'm trying to lay low here, okay? But I've got a dump truck.
So let's check out her page again. I guess she's trying to prove, hey, I'm working with something here, so that's why people or dudes are approaching me, right? Is this her hair page or just her personal page? Let's see. No, I think this is her personal page. So her name is Diera Lashante. I even gonna say nothing more. I ain't gonna say nothing more. I would consider her a 5. I would consider her a 5. I'd consider her a 5. Yeah, she's promoting. Even though she's trying to make it seem like it's just her hair, but anytime she can show off the goods, she's going to show them off. Right? Yeah. I would say this is because ninjas love that kind of stuff right there. So I would say she's a 5. Respectfully.
So it's really hard to, no, just get it out. Third scenario. I'm walking into the gym, and this guy says, you go to this gym too? You're over here now too? Fourth one. The one.
I mean, what is she complaining about?
No, just get it out. Third scenario. I'm walking into the gym, and this guy says, you go to this gym too? You're over here now too? Fourth.
But like I said, if you're not, women will say, oh, dudes treat women that they're not attracted to like they're less than human. They're projecting. Trust me, it's always been projection. That's one of those the harsh, one of those harsh truths I had to come to a conclusion with when it comes to women. A lot of the stuff that women complain about is just pure projection. The guy was just trying to make conversation, and you come home talking about this guy had the nerve to talk to me. He had the nerve to say a word. Jesus, man.
One. The one that literally makes me want to get a new membership. This guy goes like this. Pretty sure his hands were making this noise. I was like, I'm on the phone. When you're done, I want to talk to you. Really wish they would stop talking to me. Guys.
So she goes, I really wish they would stop talking to me. And then when she gets a little older, where are the men? Why don't they approach anymore? Same old. But what, like, I would say I wouldn't damn anybody or a man if they said that she was a 6. I would say this is a 5, specifically because at first I thought, okay, this is a 4. But when you look at what she has physically, right? I remember somebody had made the point with what's her name? Fuck, the black bitch. Is her name Brooke Taylor? Rook Taylor? I literally just not Joy Taylor. I'm blanking on her name. But anyways, I had considered her. There was this a black lady that we were doing a video on. Sorry, I gotta search her name. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name. Taylor Rooks. I'm sorry. So I don't know why I forgot her name. Taylor Rooks, right? So I had said that I said Taylor Rooks is a 6, but because of her physicality, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody considered her an 8, right? So physically, because she's already top percentage wise physically, that automatically kind of pushes her up in the game. So I remember somebody was telling me, look, physicality matters. What she has upstairs and downstairs matters. So that's why she said Taylor Rooks was in his opinion an 8, or even I think he said like a 9. Really, he said I should have her as a 9 or a 10 because physicality matters, right? So I was like, okay, I see where you're coming from. But a lot of that stuff is is makeup and stuff, and weave and glue, respectfully, right? But I would say this is a 5. This is a 5. At first I thought 4, but I will give her 1 point for her for her physical attraction when it comes to her body. And this is what happens when if you are a woman, even if you're lacking in the looks department, you can literally boost yourself. You can give yourself booster points if you go to the gym and you're active, But this mentality that she has, Garbaggio. Garbaggio. So here we have an example of a woman, particularly a younger woman, complaining about the attention that she does get at a gym. And none of this is harassment, yet she's still complaining. So it just goes to show you, as a man, you're going to lose either way. That's why I tell men, don't approach women at gyms. And especially nowadays, young women, they love to record themselves. They're like this is like the most narcissistic, generation of women that we probably ever produced. They love recording themselves. So you approach one of these broads one day, she's stretching or whatever, and she got you a full-on camera. So much so, you'll be looking at the bitch for like a millisecond, and she'll freeze the camera and then put it online. Talk about, I caught somebody staring. I caught him. You're just like, oh my God. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe to tell me what you think. And thank you for watching.